Once one person join us, then we can begin. It's already 14.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we can start the session, right? Even if we have one person, but we see. I just want to give like enough room for people to join so that we can start the
Yeah.
session. So even if we don't have someone join, we could just have a little bit of conversation around Starspark. So since we already have like the first info session, okay, the goal is to use the second info session just to chat a little bit more about some details about the program. And since this is recorded, you can just embed it into our application form, and participants can visit that form anytime and rewatch the video. So let's just give like enough room. At least once it's the next 4 minutes, we should start the session. Okay, Okechukwu. I can see Okechukwu has been coming on and off. Yeah, I think since she's here already, we can just start the session. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. We're currently starting the session. So yeah, you're welcome to Starspark session. This is the second session that we're going to be having. Um, this is the second session we're going to be having in 2 weeks' time. I think we had one last week, if I'm not mistaken. So we just want to have another one where we are able to go into details about what Starspark do, our program, and then what we are trying to achieve. So a little bit about me. I'm going to be the anchor for this session. My name is Idris Ainde, but you can call me E. I think that's much more preferable. I'm also the program manager for Starspark. And if you're going to be joining Starspark, you're going to be seeing like a lot of my face. I'll always be on your DM, disturbing you, or just trying to follow up with you. So yeah, that is what we're trying to do today. Yeah, before starting today's session, would anybody? So the okay. Before starting the session, there's just a little bit of game I want to play. It's not really a game. I just want to hear people's opinion. I thought we were going to have like a lot of people, but this small number here is okay. So I would like to ask, which university would you consider to be the best university in Nigeria? So I would like to hear anybody's opinion on that. And so the taxes that you just come up and tell us like the university that you think is the best university in Nigeria. So you're not going to say it. You're not going to say it explicitly. So you have to also tell us why you think this is the best university in Nigeria, and then also tell us like the criteria for your selection. So anybody can go. I'll start with Ogechukwu. She is like one participant here already, so you can feel free to jump into the conversation.
Okay, oh, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
To me, I would say, there's not best university in Nigeria here.
Wow.
My reasons are when you're looking at this particular one as one of the best university and you gain admission there, then
Okay.
you start seeing another thing there. Okay, you also come to this one to consider this one as the best university there, according to what you have been hearing from people. You know, those there will not tell you the truth until you get admission there. Then you don't have to find out the truth by yourself. So I would just say that we don't have any best university in Nigeria. All of them are the same thing.
Uh, yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. I understand your viewpoint. Yeah, I think like that's a good good viewpoint to have. Does anybody want to like share their own opinion on the best university in Nigeria, and yeah, just basically speak on the why and their criteria for that selection? Abu, Abib, Fash, any of you can go. I would like to hear from Fash. Interestingly,
Okay, I'm not really sure if I can say a particular one is best or not best. I think there's a lot of criteria to actually look into in saying that one is best. Well, but perhaps what I would say is that there are some that are better than the others. I think I can use that word. And I think that what you decide to turn what you are learning into is what makes you as a person, I mean, a best person or a better person, right? Maybe when you get into the job market. So it's possible to actually say a school is best, but it produces very incompetent students. It may not be their fault, it may be their fault. So it's very difficult to actually say one is best or one is not best. I think it's just based on what people turn what they learn into. And of course, the school ensuring that they bring in things that help people learn better, help them
um,
to be more successful, and things like that.
um,
Thanks.
yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Fash. And I think you're actually right. I just think like the like you see boils down to the individual, so the personality, so the students and how they make the most of their experience. I believe that as we progress into today's info session, we'll talk much more about that. But thank you very much for sharing that. Does anybody? So we'll just take um, one more answer. So Abu or Abib, any of you can go, and then we'll just move straight into today's session.
Yeah, like Mr. First said, there is no bad school or good or best school. It depends on, okay. Thank you. So it depends on your preference,
Okay.
and for me, choosing whether school is the best is subjective. You have to take into consideration
Yeah,
so
that's
many
that. Yeah,
factors.
that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. Yeah, like I want to hear that subjective, that your
yeah,
subjective
yeah.
opinion.
So, I mean, this could be the way the school is structured, the kind of, the how.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. I think Abu went off. So yeah. I'm just going to round up. I also want to try and like say something about that question. If you ask me now, and I think I'll say I have like my biased opinion. I think like University of Ife, OAU, I consider that as probably the best university in Nigeria. And the reason is why I say that is because of so my criteria for selection is their alumni network. I think University of Ife, that's what I think they have like a very strong alumni network. Like the individuals that have come out from that school are like some of the best. I can say maybe yeah, University of Ife, then University of Ibadan as well. I also like yeah because of the alumni as well. And maybe my school as well, which is Kwara State University. I know we're not that popular, but I think like we have a good alumni network. So yeah, that's just it. I just wanted to use that to wet the today's space. So we're going to be going like in depth to the session. I see that we have um, some more people have joined the conversation. I can see Badru, Ugochukwu is here, and I can see that some few people are coming in and leaving. Yeah, it's all fine. This session is recorded, and we are going to make sure that you all have access to this session after we end it today. Before moving, so first, Mr. Fash, who is already on the call, is going to be the facilitator for today's session. So he's also going to be talking more about Starspark. It's going to be like following up on the session we had last week and just speaking more on it. But before we go there, Badro, do you I know that we didn't have the opportunity to introduce ourselves. So Ugochukwu and Badru, you guys have the floor to like just introduce yourself. Just tell us.
Please, I did not get what you said.
Okay, okay. I said you can just tell us your name, the school that you attend, and the course that you study. That's all.
Okay, my name is Okeme Ogechukwu.
All right.
I'm studying history and international studies in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much for joining the session. Yeah, I can see that you're the only participant that joined. So I'm just going to leave it to Mr. Fash. Mr. Fash is just going to continue from where he stopped last week. And then you if you have any question, you have the opportunity to ask question, and yeah, we'll just have like a conversation, and yeah. So Mr. Fash, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Idris, for getting us started. And again, hello everybody, and I hope you're all doing well today. Um, I hope that we would be able to have a bit of conversation all through my session. So it's not going to be, it's not just going to be me alone kind of sharing today. It's going to be a conversation that we'll all be able to have together. Can someone please confirm you can see my slide and you can also hear me as well? And then we can run. Okay?
Yes, yes, we can.
Right, great. All right, so let's go right into it. I know that, I mean, there are so many students from everywhere in Nigeria that are basically right now on, people who say they're on break, but they're not on break. It's that there is ASU strike. So the lecturers and all of that constantly having this strike with the federal government, wanting them to do certain things, but the government is probably not, doing their own version of what they're supposed to do. And these lecturers have decided that they will also not do their work. So this is a big challenge right now. Now, today we are not going to talk about the ASU strike. We're going to talk about what you're supposed to be doing or that you're supposed to have done, either there's ASU strike or not. Okay, so that's kind of what we would, be looking at today. So let's go right into this. Now, you must have heard a lot about, Starspark, and you're thinking, okay, so they say that people that study unconventional courses, they work with them to be able to get jobs and to be able to do different kind of things. But maybe this thing has been coming to your mind. So what exactly is these unconventional courses that this organization or this company talks about? So I wanted to share with you a bit of things that has made us to realize what these unconventional courses are. So if you're studying a course that people, your family members, or people even in society consider as, I mean, they will rate it low compared to many other courses. Most likely you're studying a unconventional course. You're studying a course that is sometimes tough to get jobs. You're studying an unconventional course. If you're studying a course that when you want to get the jobs or you finally get the jobs may not pay so well like you desire as a graduate, most likely study an unconventional course. If your course is a course that they gave it to you when you applied for something else, or it's something that, you did not apply for, but they said, well, this course is a course that you should study, or your parents kind of advise you to say, well, we have worked and this is the course we want you to study. You're most likely studying an unconventional course. If your course of study looks like a very narrow path, so what do I mean by that? When you graduate, you can only maybe become a teacher or become, just one thing, very, very narrow kind of thing. You're most likely studying a conventional course. If the labor market undervalues your course, they don't see anything useful in your course. It's not that your course is not useful, but they just don't know. They just don't realize it. It's for them. They're like, what will your course help us do in our organization, right? So you study philosophy, and they're like, okay, so what will a philosopher come and do in an organization? You study sociology, or you study, different kind of courses like that. You are definitely studying a non-conventional course, or you're studying a course that when you get to the labor market, when you're looking for a job, people from other courses will most likely get jobs faster before you get job, just because of the course that you have studied. It is also that you're studying an unconventional course. Now, we have called all of these things that I've described right now unconventional courses, but then the reason why we as an organization call it unconventional courses is because you need an unconventional knowledge and expertise to be able to turn this your course into possibility. You can look at the pictures that you have up here. Now, this is like a shoe, but this shoe is kind of representing something like watermelon, right? And if you look at the other picture as well, which is a little bit scary, this was made out of watermelon as well. The same watermelon that you eat every day or that you've seen, people have learned how to be creative around it and create possibilities out of it. Now, this kind of shoe that is created in form of watermelon, for someone that loves watermelon a lot, they will love to buy this kind of product. They will like, they will just love it. That's creativity. So for your course as well, it could be as general as what everybody uses or what everybody takes. Just like watermelon, you can buy, you can eat it anyhow and stuff like that. Some people have decided to take it a level higher, right? So your course as well, beyond what you've studied, there is something you need to do that has to be unconventional, that is not normal, that is unique, that will make you to be able to kind of have create possibilities, get the job you want, get the kind of pay you want, and a lot of other things as well. Now, we have spoken with different students over the past weeks and months since we've been working on this educational program, and this is what we've heard that students have told us. So they said, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm going to find a path that matches my discipline. So this particular student studied international relations and diplomacy in one of the Nigerian universities. The other person studying Islamic education said, you know what, I'm studying this course, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get a job when I graduate because I don't even know what I'm going to do with Islamic education. I don't want to become a clergyman, but I want a job. The other person studying history and international studies told us that same thing. After I study this, what am I going to do with this? We had another person studying international relations as well in another university, seeing that the international languages are not being able to get very good jobs after school. So it's like everybody's talking about jobs. They're so worried about getting jobs, right? These other persons studying religious studies said that the society underestimates its costs. I mean, these are real, very real. And the last person studying educational counseling in one of the other universities as well said, well, my biggest fear is that the course is not really valuable in my country because the government has not even approved or signed the bill. So these are real people talking about real challenges, and this is exactly what we want to help you to overcome. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself and why this is a very important challenge that we are helping students from every part of Nigeria to solve. 10 years ago, I also studied biology education from Obafemi University. I'm not sure if it is because I went to university that if this was saying that it's one of the best universities. I don't know even if it's best or not, okay? But I know that I graduated from there 10 years ago. And I studied one of the non-conventional courses as well, right? Biology education. And for me, this was not the course that I chose. So it's definitely not the course I wanted. I wanted pharmacy, right? It's a course that I was also worried about if I was going to get a job or if life is going to be meaningful, going through this course for 4 years. Another thing, I did not want to become a teacher because I felt if you go for education, you would definitely become a teacher. I really wanted to run away from anything that has to do with becoming a classroom teacher. But you know what? My first job that I got in Abuja was a business development executive at an internet service provider. So this is a techno company. Now, how did I become a business development executive? Yeah, like my first job. I mean, it's quite interesting. That means there must have been certain things that I've probably done, or and this is not a job that I got through, one big connection or something. No, it was based on the skills that I had and some of the things that I learned, while I was studying and even immediately after I finished my studies. I got a scholarship later to Qatar in India. I'm spending 7 months in India for a program based on the work that I was doing in Nigeria as well. Of course, it was a scholarship, so it meant that they paid for accommodation for 7 months, they paid for my feeding for 7 months, they paid for my tuition, which was, I think, more than about, I think, £7,000. You can calculate what that is in Nigeria money. They paid for my tuition and all of that. So it meant that if it has to do with maybe the money, I would not be able to afford this kind of program, if not because I could get a scholarship. Um, I've founded 3 companies so far. Prickle Academy in Nigeria and in Rwanda. I also co-founded Starspark that you're on with us today. I've been a recipient of more than 6 global fellowships and different international trainings. I've been able to travel to about 14 countries. I've worked with more than 30 clients, different businesses, different organizations, consulting for them, across 6 continents. And then I consult presently even for a UK organization. And today, I am speaking to you. Now, my very question for you today is, are you ready to change your own life as well? I need to get a response in the house. I need to be sure that somebody is ready today to change their life. So I want to know, is anybody in here today, you are ready to change your own life as well? Just looking at my own story and my own trajectory. I want to hear. You can just unmute yourself and tell me if you are here, or you can even put in the chat, they are ready to change your own life as well.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
super.
We're ready.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So let us go on and let us see how can you, create that kind of change that you want in your life. No, so let us introduce you to Starspark properly. It's a 3-month program. Well, I mean, you can do more than 3 months, but it's standardly a 3-month program, and this is an educational tech company where we help you to turn whatever education you have right now, whatever skills, whatever talents, and whatever course of study that you're on into possibilities. And those possibilities could be jobs, it could be your first internship, it could be your first business, and things like that. Now, in those 3 months, what are you going to kind of be exposed to? You have more than 10 virtual sessions, you have a mentor that is attached to you. That mentor is someone that has also studied an unconventional course, but then they have become successful. They've navigated their way to know the right way to actually find the best, the best opportunities, to get into the best programs, to start their businesses, to be able to create, different kind of opportunities for themselves and for many other people as well. These are people that have ignited more possibilities, they've catalyzed different students and different people in their communities into action and getting the kind of success that we desire. So you also get at least one internship, and then you join the Star tribe as well. Then we would ensure that we work with you up to the point that you get your first job or your first opportunity or your first challenge solved in that kind of sense. So we are really keen on your personal development throughout these 3 months. This is something that you would, you have access to. You have a Slack channel, you have some Telegram channel as well, where you constantly be able to ask a lot of questions beyond the sessions that you're going to have every other week. Now, let me go a little bit deeper into what you kind of experience, when you get into this program. You have this opportunity to actually get into our skill sharpening factory. This is one of the mind-blowing kind of sessions that you constantly come to every other week, and it gives you an opportunity to have the edge in the industry. So I was talking about the watermelon the other time, how people create possibilities out of the watermelon, right? What do you need to do to your current cost, your current life best, your current skills, your current talent, that would help you to have the advantage. Well, sometimes it looks like people have some unfair advantage. Maybe they have certain connections or they have certain skill set or they add certain head stats, right? So we want to give you that kind of head stats that would help you to also have the kind of competitive advantage, right? When you get out there. So this is something that you kind of experience. Now, we go through a particular journey with everyone that gets into the program, and it's what we call the APIS, right? It's awareness, your portfolio, you get an internship, and then you get a support. Now, when we talk about awareness, it's helping you to understand yourself, understanding your skill, understanding the things that you've done in your life. Many of you sometimes feel that the only thing that you have in your life is the course that you are studying, but it's not true. There are certain things you've done with your parents. There are certain things you've done with your family members. There are opportunities that you've taken in life, but you are not even aware that some of those things you've done could be used as a means to get a job or to get an internship or to get the kind of things that you're looking for in life. So we help you to uncover all of those possibilities, all the things that makes you who you are today. I believe there is nobody that is less than 15 years old, right, in the house today. And what that means is that if you are more than 15 years, you've spent 15 years in this life or in this world. There's a lot of things that happened in your life for the past 15 years. So we help you to actually see what you've done that you've forgotten, that you don't even know that you did, right? We go through all that process for you. That's the awareness. Your portfolio will help you to think through some of the things that you've done and help you package them in a portfolio. This portfolio is something that you begin to share with human resource managers, that you begin to share with people. When you want to get a particular job, there are certain things that you have to fill, right? And you have to send your portfolio alongside. This portfolio is something that people see and they're like, wow, you've done a whole lot of things in your life. We never even imagined that, there was this kind of person there. So you have given yourself that edge automatically by building a portfolio that is professional, that is excellent, and that people can look at and say, this is the kind of person that I want to give job to. No matter the skill you have right now, no matter the level of what you've done, there is always an opportunity for you out there. Then we go through an internship. So you have an internship. Your internship could be physical or it could be virtual. So we attach you to a company, we attach you to a mentor, attach you to a coach, and you go through a mentor, you go through a kind of internship phase with them. Now, the opportunity you get for this internship phase is this. You learn more professionalism, and then it's like you are job shadowing, right? You are seeing what happens within an organization or within a company in a professional circle, right? That helps you to also see how you could be professional in the things that you're supposed to do. So when you're finally looking for the job that you want, you already have the skill sets, you already have the competencies, you also understand how the workplace actually kind of functions in that kind of sense. Then you have the support. So support is something that we usually call it a lifelong support. So even when you're done with the program, there's still an opportunity for you to interact with other change makers, with other people within the course, and even some past course that you've had, and then you can continue to make changes in your community and make more impacts within your career. Now, what exactly is in all of these things for you? If this is something that you're thinking you may probably want to be part of, we connect you to different opportunities, different kind of jobs. We will help you to understand how to actually go for interviews. Sometimes the reason you don't get a job is because you are not confident enough to go for the interview. So we do mock interviews for you, where we actually do a real session of interview, but of course it's preparing you for the opportunities that you want to go for. Now, I mentioned something about fellowship the other time. I'm not talking about fellowships that are, how do I say it now? Fellowships in like churches or in mosque or, no, that's not, I don't mean religious fellowship. I mean fellowship programs that are development programs. So they're like personal development programs, or some of them are career development programs, usually put out by organizations and companies, right, that know what you're supposed to build, the competence you're supposed to build. But then you need to apply for these fellowship programs. You don't just get selected anyhow. You have to apply for them, and you need to have the competencies to actually apply for them. There are fellowship programs that I've gotten, and they flew me out of Nigeria. Yeah, by their own money. I did not have to pay anything. And I was hosted in a 5-star hotel for more than 6 weeks. right? I mean, these things are there, these possibilities are there. Sometimes you don't know. You don't know that these possibilities are there, but they are there. So if you don't know, you will not be able to apply for them. If you know and you don't have the competencies or the packaging, and when I say packaging, packaging is not fake it till you make it. No, it's going to be real. It's going to be your story. It's going to be the things you've done, but you've never understood how you can actually kind of put it together and have it run. Then you get a weekly data allowance. So data is not going to be a challenge. When you say, oh, well, I don't have data, that's why I'm unable to connect to my mentor or my coach. All of that is not there. We take you to some technical trainings as well. So if you want to really dive into like digital marketing or web design or brand building, whatever area you want to go into. So what happens is this: for the trainings and for the program, you may not be taking what every other person is taking, because before you enter into the course, there is a kind of a form that will send to you that you have to fill that would help us and you to know exactly the area that you need to learn on. Okay, so it's not like you come into the program and then we teach everybody the same thing. No, it doesn't happen that way. There is something that may be missing in your career path that needs to be urgently fixed. Some people is that they don't know their story, they don't know what they have done, they don't know how to package it. Some people is that they know their story, they don't know how to put it online, or they don't know how to apply for certain things because they don't know the right words to say, they don't know the mindset of the person that is reviewing your application. So we teach you all of that. So it is tailored towards something that you want to do. Then, of course, you get different supports and accountability. We ensure that we are constantly, hearing from you. As you're also communicating as well with us, and a whole lot of other things as well. Now, this program is not for everybody. This program has some requirements, and these are basic requirements, but we don't take in everyone. Usually, when everyone applies, at the end of the day, for the course that we had, we usually selected 7% of all the people that applied. So you have to apply, and you have to go through a series of interviews, okay, to actually get on the program, because we want to be sure that you are fit for that program. So these are some of the requirements. There is a full program fee for 3 months, which is just 30,000 naira. You have to show a desire that you actually complete the program. This is very important to us. You need to have these values: respect, enthusiasm, professionalism. These are basic, but for us, they are important. Okay? People are even kicked out of the program. Yeah, and we refund their money, based on our guideline. So this is not a program that, well, if I have the money, well, it means I'll get in. Well, if I have certain things, then I can get in. No, it doesn't happen that way. We have strict guidance, okay, and guidelines for getting people into the program. So you also need to have some bit of experience working, within a virtual space. Probably you know how to use Zoom, you know how to use, Telegram, for example, that we're using in a very professional way. Okay, for example, I am using Telegram right now to do this with you. Maybe some of you never knew that on Telegram you can actually share your screen and you can have your video on, and you can actually make a presentation that is professional. Create your own slide, create all of these things by yourself. All of these competencies are things that you have to learn. Interestingly, these are the competencies that you're also going to need when you get to the proper job, when you get to the labor market, when you're working with heads of states, when you're working with political, appointees and stuff like that. These are the same tools you're going to use, right? I mean, I can remember the time that I went to the African Union in Addis Ababa, and I just realized that all the things I've learned, all the things that I know how to do, were the things that we were using when we were there, right? A lot of time it looks very far away, going to the UN, going to the African Union, all of these kind of places, but they're not really that far. It's just because you probably don't have the competencies that is needed to enter into some of those rooms. When you have them, you can access those rooms as well, right? So this is open to graduates and undergraduates as well, and wherever you are in Nigeria. Now, I want to stop here, and I want to take a few questions from people that are listening. But before I take questions, I would like to run a bit of 7 to 10 minutes interaction with one person that would like me to actually speak with them that is currently on this call. I want to help you to uncover your own life, like right now. Okay. So if you feel that, well, I think I have some skills. I think I have some things, but I don't really know how to get started. I don't know the best way to start. I want to spend the next 7 to 10 minutes helping you right on this call. Yes, this is of course for free. You've not gotten into the program, but I just want to give you that opportunity to do that right on this call. So let me know who would like me to have this short conversation with them. You can just unmute yourself and then we're going to have it together. And I walk you through a couple of things that could help you in your life right now. Is ready?
Yeah, floor is open for everyone.
Yes,
So if you
it's open to everybody.
so we are currently
Of
have
course, for me to
multiple.
hear you, you need to unmute yourself. Okay. Maybe you're not sure, how I'll be able to hear you because it's possible you're talking and I can't hear you. Okay, this has happened a lot where people have spoken for several minutes and nobody was hearing them. So who would like me to, to work with them, just for the next 7 to 10 minutes, on a particular a particular skill that you have or a particular thing that you're thinking of doing and you just want this kind of quick conversation to help you think about it. Okay, I can see Deborah. I can also see Rabiu. Which of you wants to try?
What about okay?
I'd like to try, but I
Oh,
just
all right.
joined the group and just saw this call right now. So I have no idea what is going on. But if you can do a
Oh,
summary, I don't mind.
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. I can do a summary. But let's start, okay? No worries. Let's start. In my questions, you would finally figure out what we are trying to do, okay? So, Deborah, let's have a quick conversation, okay? So tell me about yourself, Deborah. Like, tell me what course are you studying? Which school are you currently attending? Let's start with that. And you would definitely get everything that I've spoken about over the past 30 minutes.
Okay, so funny if I just like joined this group sort of accidentally. I read it was for people studying languages and stuff, and I was about to leave when I saw the join video chat thing. I'm actually studying medicine in OAU. I don't know if I'm
Oh,
still
okay,
qualified for
nice.
any. I
No,
don't.
no, it's okay. You are qualified, okay? So you're
Okay,
studying
so
medicine in OAU. Yeah, go on.
I just like got in. I'm in part one.
Okay. So now that you're in part
Then
one, I think you still have
yes,
about, is it 5 or 6 years to graduating, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Now, right now that you're in part one, do you foresee any challenge maybe when you graduate from the university, based on some of the things you are hearing about medicine right now and all that? So do you foresee anything?
Can you be more specific? What kind of
Yeah. So when I say
challenges?
foresee, for
Yeah.
example, maybe jobs, maybe low pay, maybe too much work, whatever, right? Specifically around your career, right? When you graduate, what do you expect to see when you graduate? And do you think, well, I hope it's like that?
Well, they've always told us that when you graduate, it's going to be stressful. Even in school, it's going to be stressful. You're going to have time for yourself. Lots of things. And I don't really know. I'm just trying to find my head above what I hear, Sean.
You're trying to find your head above water. Okay, so
Yes.
beyond medicine, are there other things you feel you would like to be able to do so that maybe you don't put your egg in one basket, as people say?
Okay, I would like to get into like tech stuff, but I have no idea where to begin or even
Really,
how.
tech stuff, but you're doing medicine. Medicine is even like one of those courses that everybody wants to take. You get jobs quickly. Why do you want to do tech again? What's happening?
Technology is the future, so if I could
So
tap
medicine
into
is not
that
the
early.
future.
Technology is the future.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so
But I'd
they
like to get
said
into
you're
those kind of things early.
okay. You want to get into tech. What else do you want to get into? What else do you think catches your fancy?
Let me see. Now that I think about it, maybe I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Wow. Okay. Quite interesting. Let me do something with you, Deborah, just quickly, right now.
Okay,
Okay. You just
let's.
told me right now that you don't know what actually catches your fancy. Now, let me ask you this question.
Yep.
Deborah, what is
Yes, sir.
it that when you see, what challenge do you see that gets you annoyed and you're like, whoa, I feel like if I can solve that? What
Mm.
problem do you see around you that gets you very annoyed and you're like, oh, wow, no, I feel like I can solve this problem?
The problems I see around me are things that I can't solve.
No,
There are
but give
issues
me
that are
examples,
bigger
right?
than
But it
that.
gets you angry.
Okay,
It gets you annoyed.
okay, like general poverty, I guess.
Well, when you talk about general poverty, can you be a little bit specific? Which one exactly out of the poverty? I mean, it's so big and so loud and very
I
complex.
know.
Which one? For example,
Uh, okay, like in my institution that I am now, there are students that
mhm,
won't be able to like complete their course of study because they don't have funds.
yeah,
There are students who have had to drop out of school because they didn't have money to
yeah,
finish studying. And things like that are
yeah,
sort of annoying because you see other people who, or many people would say are quote unquote less deserving and they
yeah.
finish their own
Less
courses
deserving.
while
Okay, sometimes.
while
Right.
these extremely brilliant students can't finish because of
Hmm.
financial constraints.
Fantastic. You just mentioned something very brilliant, Deborah. And what we do, for example, at Starspark, which is an organization that that you're part of right now, you're in this community. What we do is to help people to figure out certain things that they really care about and how they could turn those things into enterprise, into a job, um, into real life mission. Okay. Yes, somebody told you this has to do with a place where people that studied languages. No, it's not just for such kind of people. It's a place for people that are specifically studying unconventional course or studying conventional courses, but then their hearts really is beating for many other things that they want to do, but they don't really know how to do that or how to cross that bridge, right? So for you, for example, you want to move into tech, you also want to do something about, these challenges about funding and stuff like that. There are actually ways that you can get into that thing, Deborah. There's a way you can get into tech. We have people that are mentors, that are coaches within this community that would give you step by step of actually how to get into tech. We have people that are doctors, okay, that are our partners. Right now, they do not do anything medicine any longer, right? They do something else. And they're happy, they are making impact, they're doing amazing stuff, right? So, Deborah, one more question for you, okay? Because I said this was going to be for 7 or 10 minutes. Apart from some of these challenges that you have seen and you feel it feels very like you really want to solve it, when you think about your skill or you think about some of the things that you know and people have confirmed to you that you know those things, what what can you say about that? So beyond your medicine, okay, beyond your medicine, what are other things that you believe you know it? If they wake you up from the dream, you can talk about it maybe for the whole day. Do you have an example of that?
I actually like art, which is weird. People tell me it's weird a lot because they're like,
It's not
you're a
weird.
doctor.
It's not
Like
weird.
you
It's not
want to be a
weird.
doctor. What is your obsession with art? And I actually want to learn how to perfect it, but I don't see how that helps in this
Okay.
situation.
Okay.
So I think
Can I
that's
say
one
something to
thing.
you? Can I say
Yes,
something to you, Deborah? Do you believe that the human body is almost like a form of art? Okay.
yes,
Do
that's
you
true.
have you ever thought about it before? The human body. The human body is so complex and art is also complex, right?
Yes,
Like people will draw something and you're like, tell me what this means. And when they tell you about it, you're like, what? This looks simple, but so complex.
I
This looks
know.
complex, but it looks so easy. Right?
Right.
So you want to study medicine, but you have a heart, okay, a heart for art, okay, and there's
Yes.
actually a way for you to actually combine this together. We take people through all of this, within our programs. Yeah, there's a whole lot of things. Yeah, I'm just taking this time, to give an idea or to give how these sessions look like when when people get into our programs. But thank you so much, Deborah, for kind of having this quick conversation with me to have a feel of how this program looks like. I mean, was this conversation useful? Was what came to your mind? Just having this short conversation.
It's actually enlightening, and I'm looking forward to learning more on this platform.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Deborah, for for having that conversation with me, even when you just got in and you're not sure what exactly is this about. But at least I hope you got a bit of idea now of what we do. All right, so we are gradually closing for today. This is just an informational session. We will share more details about how to get into this program on the on the Telegram group. I just want to give one more person a chance, maybe just to say what they learned or what this session felt like for them. Ogechuku, can you hear me? If you can unmute yourself, can you please share what you learned from this session, or what came to your mind, or how are you feeling right now? Just going through this. Ogechuku, I can't hear you. I think you have to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can hear Ogechuku. Perhaps the internet or something like that. All right, great. So thank you so much for listening, and
Yeah.
I hope I hope you were able to pick one or two things, okay, from all the things that we shared. And again, thanks to Deborah for for that quick conversation to just think through some of the things, some of the gifts that she has, some of the talents she has, some of the things that she really wants to do. But for now, maybe not sure of how to kind of do them. The tech you want to enter, there is a seamless way to enter it, especially when you're actually doing medicine, because now we're talking about telemedicine and several other things. So there's a huge impact you can also make in that direction. We have so many people that are kind of into telemedicine right now, and they're doing amazingly well. Some of them did not even do anything medicine, right? But they have a lot of things that they're doing, and it's making a lot of impact in the lives of people everywhere. So thank you once again, and I hope you all have a good weekend. Thank you very much.
First, before leaving, so
Yes.
I just want to ask some few questions because I know that not a lot of people on this call, but I'm sure that
Right.
this call is being recorded, and so that means they're going to have access to it in the future. So I just want to cover some few questions, and then you can
Right.
just clarify and just answer those questions. Um, so the first question I'm going to ask is, so you already mentioned that this course is not just for people studying maybe um, like, yeah, I'm studying language. So, like, let's assume that I'm studying computer science, right? Um, so, I just want to know, as someone who is studying, like, let's assume it's a conventional course, computer science, engineering, those kind of courses. Like, how does Starspark fit? How do I benefit from being a member of Starspark?
Thank you very much, Idris, for sharing this question. Interestingly, from all the students that we spoke with over the past week, we did not just meet people that are studying language. We also met people that, in fact, studying computer science. And the same challenge that they mentioned was that, well, they are studying computer science right now, but they feel that what they are studying right now is not what the world is studying in computer science. So for them, they feel like they are studying something that is already gone or that is past, right, than what the world is doing. So, but then the opportunity that you have, especially when you're studying the university or studying higher education, is that it prepares you with certain skills, either a skill of being able to persevere, right? Go through the stress, like the rest are trying to keep our head, off the water. It builds you with certain skills. It is those skills that your school is currently building you with that we are going to help you to leverage to be able to create the possibilities that you want. So even if you're studying computer science, of course, you're going to graduate and you'll be looking for a job, or you're looking for opportunity to do beyond computer science, right?
Or it's even possible that you're studying computer science right now, it's looking very tough. And you're like, by the time you're finishing, maybe you're just going to be having a 2-1 or a 2-2. So it means that you're still going to come out to the world looking for opportunities as well. So Starspark gives you that opportunity that before you even graduate, we tailor you. We help you to see, one, what are the other skill sets that you have? What are the other strengths that you have that you've never even discovered? And then we help you to discover that, okay? Just like the session I was just doing with Deborah right now. It's a full session. And sometimes it takes 2 weeks, okay, to uncover these things I was doing with you for 7 minutes, right? And then you'll be able to jump into the world with skill sets, with competence, with confidence, and then you can make life much better for yourself. So yeah, that's my thought on that.
Right. Thank you very much. So one more question. So these questions are just mainly from the waiting list that we sent
Yeah.
out and what people are currently thinking about. So someone asked that, does this program require a registration fee? And the person also wants to find out if they can also be like a campus ambassador or a volunteer to the program as well. So, so there is just a two-way question. Does it have a
Yeah.
registration fee, and can they become like a volunteer or campus ambassador as well?
All right, great. So we do not have a registration fee. So you apply, it's free to apply. So there is nothing like you have to pay to apply. So you apply for free. And we're going to share a link to the registration on the Telegram group after now. So you can apply, okay? But like I said, your application does not guarantee that you'll be selected. Okay, so you get selected. That's when you pay for. So you pay for the program fee, right? Which is just 30,000 naira for 3 months. So that's like 10,000 per month. Um, the other question about becoming an ambassador or a volunteer, yes, we have this as well. If you want to become an ambassador of Starspark, there are different responsibilities and there are different requirements as well to become an ambassador in your school, where one of your major goal is to help many students that are also not sure about what they want to do after they finish, or they are already worried about the cost of their study and they're not sure what life is going to look like when they're finished. You become an ambassador that brings them into Starspark, right? That helps them to realize that there's a place where they will be able to get the opportunity, right, to make life meaningful, to make the kind of impact they want to make in their life, and still be able to succeed in whatever they want. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for clarifying that, Staff Ash. So one more question that I have is, so I'm a student, right? And yes, currently we have like ASU strike, and that means we have like a lot of free time. But when we resume, how do like Starspark like accommodate that? Because once I resume, for some of my friends who will have to probably go back to like we have exams, we have tests. Do like Starspark accommodate all of that, and like are they does Starspark have anything in place that helps like manage my entire experience if I have like any difficulty like exam test or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely and totally. So at Starspark, we realize that many people are still undergraduates and some are graduates. And so what we have done is that you have the opportunity, for example, to come to, so sometimes we have a live session, right? And usually these live sessions are usually tailored to the time that is the best works for people in a particular cohort. So if most of the people in a particular cohort are studying or they're undergraduates, sometimes we take the live sessions to be on weekends rather than weekdays. But sometimes people also prefer to actually do it work days because they feel they have better internet in school than maybe where they live. So we give that kind of option. So there's a conversation that we usually have within the cohorts, to design the best time to kind of have any live session. Apart from that, from every live session, there is something that you need to do. So it's like, we don't call it assignment, but it's something that actually moves you forward. It catalyzes your journey. For us, you have to turn anything you learn into practice. That's even what gives you access to the next class. So without finishing what you need to do, it's like you can't actually come to the next class because the access will not be given to you, right? So in school, you would come for the live session, right? And then you have the opportunity at your own time to do whatever assignment or whatever has been shared with you for actually cover before the second session is going to happen. And usually, you usually have more than 72 hours or even 4 days, to go through the assignments, to be able to do them, and to be able to now come back for the second class. Now, one more thing I need to mention here is this. One thing we try to do is to tailor what you are learning to even what you are doing in class, right? So as you're working with your friends, as you're going to classes and everything, the sessions will help you to be more aware of the opportunity that is currently in your school that you are not even aware of, or you're never thinking of getting some of those opportunities. There are certain internships in some of your schools. There's certain volunteerism in your schools. You are not even aware. There are certain clubs in your school that you're supposed to join now, but you don't even know either how to join, or you have joined them, but you are not being extremely useful the way you're supposed to be. So the sessions help you to understand how should you even live your life right now that you're in school. How can you begin to tailor some of your interests with your course of study and with your journey in the future?
All right. Thank you very much for clarifying, Mr. Fash. I can see a question on the Telegram channel.
Okay.
So I think it's two. Abib is saying, so is there any incentive for me when I join Starspark?
Oh yeah, sure. Like I mentioned, one of the incentives is you get data, you get internet data from us as an organization every week or every month, depending on how it's kind of scheduled. So this is one of the challenges that many university students have mentioned in Nigeria. Is it that internet or is it that power? We may not be able to send you power, right? Send you electricity. But of course, would ensure that you would have the data to come for the live sessions, and you also have the data as well to kind of meet with your mentors, at different times that has been scheduled. But every other thing, you have access to, for example, different mentors, different people that have gone ahead, different people that are successful already, right, in their lives. You have all of these access to them. But usually, maybe to have access to these kind of people before, you have to do some magical networking and all that. But we give you access to all of these things. So yeah, these are some of the benefits that you actually get being here with us.
All right. Thank you very much for clarifying.
You're welcome.
I'll just take. Abib also mentioned something around like how can they sign up to become a campus ambassador? Do Starspark currently have like an ambassador program open at the moment?
Yeah, we are rolling out the ambassador program. At the moment, we have had a couple of people actually, that have signed up to become ambassadors for Starspark. We have not rolled that out yet, but this is going to be rolled out in a couple of weeks or months. So if you want to become an ambassador with us, there is a form that we also share. We'll also share that again as well. And that form is either you're registering as wanting to become a participant, wanting to become an ambassador. So when you get to that point, you just need to click that you would like to become an ambassador. So that form is also something that we're going to share, and you can just fill that in. And then when we are doing our onboarding, and also kind of bringing in people that become ambassadors based on certain requirements that they are able to pass, then we will bring you in also as an ambassador.
Yeah. Thank you very much for clarifying that. I would also even recommend that like don't just like don't just come to Starspark and say you want to be an ambassador. Why not just go ahead and be a participant, and then when you go through that entire experience, you can like that's like an easy way for you to even become an ambassador. Just go
Yeah.
through the program,
Yeah.
and you can even understand the program much more better, and you can even sell it or even like promote it to your friends, your family, or even your fellow students as well. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add that as well. So Abu also mentioned this is a question on the channel. It says that
Okay.
how can people be part of Starspark Inner Circle even if you have not joined Starspark Premium program? So once you've not joined the program, how can we still be a part of the Inner Circle? So probably getting
Okay.
notifications.
Okay, well, for everyone that is currently on our Telegram group right now, and hopefully you have filled the form that actually brought you into this group will continue to exist, okay, and we will continue to share different opportunities. So some of you are probably even looking for some jobs right now, or you're looking for some insights on certain things that you're currently working on. This group is a group where you would have the opportunity to share some of those challenges that you're facing, and other students, that are also within this community will be able to respond to you. At different times, some of our team members will be able to also respond, but we cannot, because our time is really focused on the people that are on the program, because, there's a whole lot of work that we have to do with them. But for everyone that is currently on our platform right now, you still get that access to some of the opportunities that we share, some of the job opportunities that is opening up, some scholarship that's even opening up, or some certain kind of inner programs that is happening. We'll definitely, you get an invitation to that either through email or within the group itself. But then, so when you say something like inner circle of Starspark, I'm not really sure what that means. Either maybe becoming part of a team. To become part of a team, I think it's a long journey, okay? Because at certain point as well, we bring in new staffs, okay? But whatever staff that we are bringing in is most likely that they have gone through a process that most of our team members have gone through. Either they study an unconventional course, they become trainers, or they've helped many people in their lives to also kind of move from ideas into practice. So, of course, just like any other organization or company, we put out applications for people that want to actually kind of come in to, as part of a team, right, that works with us. But I would say that the interview and, the process of becoming part of a team is much longer and a bit more tense, right? Because we really unpick, right, to get people that are becoming part of our staff. So these are different levels, right? We have participants who have registered for a program. They go through this program for 3 months. And, if they even want to do more than 3 months, that's possible. You want to join our inner team, there is always that opportunity. When we are hiring, you can apply. If you want to become an ambassador, most likely you should have gone through our program first before you actually become an ambassador, because you have more insights and you can actually understand the whole program itself, how it works, exactly what happens there, the kind of mentors and the mentees that kind of work together and all that. So this is so there are different journeys, okay? And there are different ways you can actually kind of join Starspark, but you also need to kind of be on the watch when we share some of these opportunities so that you can actually take an advantage of them.
All right, thank you very much for sharing. Just one. I'll just take one more, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's almost. This is just more than 1 hour. So the last question I want to take in is, how can I sign up for the program now? So that's the question.
Okay. So to sign up for the program, like I said, we'll share the link on the group after now. So just be on the lookout, okay, for that link right on the group, okay, so that you can go straight there and sign up, right? Because we are actually bringing in the next cohort over the next few weeks. So the earlier you kind of sign up, the better you can get an opportunity to be interviewed. Well, some people apply and they don't get to interview stage, unfortunately, okay? But if you get to interview stage, of course, you keep moving until you eventually kind of get selected into a program. So that's the way it works.
All right, Fash, I just also want to add this, because I know some
Yeah.
people are going to be listening. They are not going to have access to join the group and probably watch this on YouTube or somewhere else on
Yeah.
Facebook. So the application form is just application.statspark.co. So if you are looking to apply into the program, what you just need to do is go on any of your browser and type in application. So that's, I don't know how we can put that up on the screen, but it's application.
Yeah, we can also put this, I think, on the screen. And since this is recorded, so when this is being shared, we can also put it after this slide.
Okay, can you? Okay. Yeah, I think we probably do that post production. But if you are looking to apply, just type in application.statspark.co. Application is currently open at the moment, and then anybody can. We already mentioned the requirements, so you can just listen, go back to the recording, and so you can learn about the requirements for you to join the program. It's easy. Just possess our values. We're willing to pay the program fee. There's really nothing ethic about it. We make it as simple as possible for you. So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Fash. Thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate everyone for at least giving us 1 hour of your time. It's not easy in this Nigeria, in this part of the world, if I'm going to say. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you for the commitment. And if you have any question, if you are currently on the Telegram channel, you can always drop your questions on the Telegram channel. And if you get to access this content on any of our social platforms, on YouTube or even our website, just find a way to to drop a question there, and we'll definitely get back to you. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for joining, and I wish everyone a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.